The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
No! Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up!
Let me start by saying this clearly. What's happening right now, especially in Minneapolis, is beautiful. And I don't mean beautiful in a polished Instagram quote-ass way. It's beautiful because people are finally moving, finally waking up. I opened my phone, and for once, it wasn't just noise. I'm seeing crowds, I'm seeing communities, seeing people outside standing together, refusing to pretend the things going on in these cities are fine. In places like Minneapolis, you're seeing mass demonstrations against ICE. People not going to work, not going to school, not clocking in like nothing's wrong. And I don't want to overanalyze that part yet. I just want to say that matters first. That is what waking up looks like. For years, we've been told resistance is dead, that people are too tired, too distracted, too divided. And then suddenly, entire cities show you otherwise.
To you?
Aisha, it definitely does feel organized to me, and I think you can tell these people are well connected. They are in communication with each other, and they are giving them instructions. This happened all so quickly. People knew where to go, and they are taking commands. This is an organized movement here. There's communication, there's food, there's notices, there's notifications. They got out here in a hurry, and they outnumber this police force probably by about 10 to 1 at this point.
What makes this moment different isn't just the size of what's happening, it's the timing. People are exhausted. Rent is insane. Food quality is fucking garbage. Healthcare is a fucking joke. And governments keep printing money like consequences don't exist. We're in what they call a global bankruptcy era. Not just financially, but morally. Systems are stretched thin. Trust is gone. And people feel it in their bodies before they can even explain it in words. That pressure doesn't just disappear. It either explodes or gets redirected. And that's where the internet comes in. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The modern internet isn't designed to inform you. It's designed to absorb your outrage. Every time something real happens, and I mean genuinely real shit in the real world, displacement, state violence, economic collapse, environmental damage, you'll notice something else magically goes viral. Drama, food, relationships, trends, beefs, outrage that just leads nowhere. Not because those things are evil, but because they're safe. We've been here before. It keeps you busy, it keeps you consuming, and keeps you scrolling instead of organizing. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's an attention economy.
Oh, is it cute? Oh, I love it. I hope my foot's like okay. Like in your face. I hope it doesn't like does it smell? Okay.
What's funny now? What are we laughing at now? And then I can't speak on Rakai because he's a child. But if I could speak to Rakai's mother, Rakai would be back in fucking Syracuse.
No, for real. I thought it was gonna be a lot more even. It turns out he was the better man. He's just as strong as he looks. So, you know, did what I could do in 2 weeks, but ultimately I think I gotta cut some weight.
This Biscoff cheesecake.
Let's make the viral Japanese cheesecake.
I think I just created the best viral Japanese cheesecake.
Y'all, we made the viral Japanese yogurt cheesecake.
Alright, today I'm going to be making my wife the viral Japanese cheesecake.
I made the viral Japanese cheesecake.
Let's talk about AI, because people are finally starting to catch up. You've probably seen the TikToks talking about the global bankruptcy era and the AI water usage. And yes, it's a fucking lot. I've talked about this in 2 videos over the past month, and now it feels like motherfuckers are finally starting to catch on. Data centers require massive cooling centers. Those systems consume gallons, millions of gallons of clean water, often in places already dealing with a drought, often without public consent, often without transparency.
Every single water bottling company combined. That is insane.
The amount of water that AI uses is astonishing. According to a report by the Washington Post, if you ask ChatGPT to write you a 100-word email, it uses 519 milliliter.
And like I said, if you've been watching my channel, you already know this isn't new. What's new is that it's trending now. And that's the problem. People don't learn things when they're important. They learn them when they're fucking viral. Possibly days or weeks, months after. You never know. I'm gonna say this so respectfully, but honestly. Some people talking about the issues right now are late. Not wrong, but late. And being late isn't a crime. Pretending you just discovered fire is. Awareness isn't aesthetics, it's responsibility. Shouts out to all the people that do their research, look for context, and keep consistent with it, man.
We're running out of clean drinking water. The UN just released a report that says we are entering our global water bankruptcy era. On today's note of existential crisis, there's actually a lot of contributing factors to why we are running out of drinking water. The obvious one that we have the most control over is AI and AI usage, which is not great to say because we don't really have that much control over whether tech billionaires decide to ramp up their AI control. I made a video in 2025, TikTok of course restricted it and took it down, but it talked about how in the year of 2025 alone, AI used more water, more clean, fresh water than all of the water bottling companies globally for that year, combined, by the way. The second, of course, is climate change, which, again, we have a lot of control over, but it's the corporations that are really driving the issues of climate change in our communities. In the beginning of 2025, there are multiple scientific organizations that found that the water cycle is changing and being disrupted, and it is due to climate change, which, again, AI is also a factor into. It's just like a running circle of things. The most simplistic answer is that over-extraction. We're using up our fresh water more than it is being replenished by the water cycle and the systems in the world.
Now let's talk about food, because this matters more than people think. America doesn't give a rat's ass about your health. That's not edgy, that's observable. These ultra-processed foods, chemicals in our goddamn water, sugar marketed as comfort, and online gluttony as content. The viral Japanese cheesecake is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, because it just recently went completely viral. What started as a simple yogurt moderation snack, light snack,
I thought I saw your face today, but I just turned my head away, your face against the trees. But I just see the memories as they
turned into a pre-made cheesecake filling, cookies, fruit sauces, tubs of just straight up excess, man. People eating 2,000, 3,000 calories in one fucking sitting, casually.
This is how you know America is fat AF, because you guys have turned a Japanese healthy dessert alternative using Greek yogurt and technically crackers into a big bag, like full-on dessert. You're using like no-bake cheesecake with Biscoff cookies and like syrups and all these other things on top. Like, you might as well just eat the cheesecake, babe. Like, just get a slice of cheesecake, because at this point the tub that you're eating, it's probably like at least 100 grams of sugar and I don't know, like 1,000 calories. Like, just get the cheesecake if you don't want to do it as a healthy option.
And again, I'm not judging individuals. You guys disgust me on so many different levels. I already know everybody didn't eat the full fucking tub, but you're just as bad if you even ate half or four or five spoonfuls, my nigga. I'm just questioning why excess always gets rewarded. Then we have streamer drama, relationships, exes, allegations, Kai Cenat, reactions to reactions to reaction. And look, I get it, entertainment is human, but ask yourself this: why does this dominate the timeline while real events barely surface? Why does personal drama feel more accessible than collective struggle? Because one asks nothing of you, the other asks everything.
Kai caught Gigi cheating on him 2 times. That's why they broke up. And Gigi, if you know his assistant had this information, why would you say her BBL was nasty? And the NBA YoungBoy stuff may be true. I'm about to play all the evidence for you. Pay attention. Long video.
Here is why the conflict between Adam22 and Jason Love happened. Today in Miami, one of Adin Ross's events called Brand Risk Promotions will take place. On the fight card, there is one matchup that stands out, not as a regular boxing match, but as a true grudge match. The reason for this conflict is personal and emotional, as 2 men are fighting over the same woman. That woman is Adam22's wife, Lena.
Now, when I say fight back, I don't mean one thing. I mean refusing to be numb, refusing to be distracted, refusing to be silent. For some people, that looks like organizing, protesting, mutual aid. For others, it might be education, conversations, documentation, documenting the truth, and for many, simply not buying into the lies anymore. Resistance doesn't come in one shape. It's a spectrum, and safety matters. Here's the part people don't like hearing. Platforms don't just reflect reality, they shape it. Governments regulate, corporations partner, algorithms decide what scales. Content that destabilizes narratives, challenges power, encourages collective thought, rarely gets the same push as content that isolates, entertains, and distracts people. That's not accidental, that's by design.
It's official. TikTok just announced they've handed control of US TikTok over to Zionist billionaire and MAGA oligarch Larry Ellison. This completes a 2.5-year campaign by the state of Israel to censor Americans' TikTok because the platform permitted pro-Palestinian speech. Remember, Netanyahu told us this out loud last August when he met with a fleet of paid American influencers, telling them that the most important thing happening for Israel in their digital war, their propaganda machine, was the TikTok sale to Larry Ellison, a dear friend of Netanyahu, the largest donor to the IDF, and a mega billionaire who has spent the last year buying up social media platforms and news outlets like Paramount, Skydance, and CBS, and then censored them, firing pro-Palestinian commentators, making sure that whatever they put out is pro-regime, pro-US, and pro-Israel slop.
I'm not here to tell you to quit the internet. You see me right here on it talking to you. I'm not here to moralize your joy. I'm here to say this. If you feel like something is off right now in the world, you're 100% right. If you feel like reality is louder than your timeline, it is. And if you feel like people are waking up, they are. History doesn't announce itself. It whispers first. Pay attention to what's being buried. Pay attention to what's being boosted. Pay attention to what asks something of you. And that's how you know it matters. Other than that, man, I want to give a huge shout out to Zox for another beautiful brand collab. If you guys want to go check them out, you get some cool bracelets and elastic bands with inspiring motivational quotes. They're made from recycled water bottles, and they just got a bunch of dope ass wristbands, man. They look very cool. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe, man. We're on the road to 2K. Other than that, man, I'm out this all. Deuces.